Oke, kita main game Bastion. Semoga bisa ya. Layarnya nggak keluar. Halo bro, keluar bro. Oh, keluar. Nice. Controlling ABX. Pakai mouse, pakai stick aja. Aduh, walaupun gue udah start new game with the unlimited carry defeat and some experience. Kita tamatkan game yang ada di library saja.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
The sky.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Resolusi volume agak. Why I can't change? Terlalu kencang pak. Oke, nice. Masih kencang ternyata.
Ground forms up under his feet as if pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work undone in an instant, in the calamity.
Why did it?
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground.
What?
Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him though. An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
Sometimes you need a drink. Gua nggak tahu kenapa masih kencang banget ya.
A school of squirts tunnels up around him. Must have fled here from the mines. And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
What?
It's a wonder the old saloon still
Oh
standing.
my god.
Used to have the nicest view.
Stick gue yang udah nggak enak ya. Agak delay pukulan.
He sets foot inside one of Zealandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him for his drinking too. Rondi always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Hell Guilty.
The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid.
Oh my god.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
This fucking window. Wanna drop.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
Oh my god, my stick fucked up.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Yes, it's better. Fucking kotak. What the?
One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Max HP. You start the bring evolves the minute the walker. Critical hit only when full health. Max health. I always full health.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. Kid
Oh
better
my
watch
god.
his step. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
What?
The Bastion's real close now.
Oh my god.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. The smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Kid puts him out of his misery. He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. Somersaulting like crazy. At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where it needs to go.
Speedrun.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. We talk for a spell.
Axe to Persian car.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there. Then watch. I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up.
You know what?
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. The Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely.
Hey! What the fuck?
Ain't always much to say.
Astaga.
Kid ponders what to build. Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Can I change this? Yes. Absorb the story fragment. So the person trying to defend when they carry on the defended they make order if the defend. Oh, this pretty good.
Party punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times. They'll know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
The Bastion. The core defected. The core defected.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Hopes he'll never see one again. They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Scumbag can digest just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw. Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
Oh my god, wow.
Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. No white gas fellas all dress alike. Kids wondering the same thing. And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping
Oh my
his
god.
fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
How to hit them? I don't have a bow, dude.
And now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
Speedrun, speedrun.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Inside the forge, Kid can fine-tune those instruments of his.
Critical hit. Damage.
Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
Oh my god. Gak biasa main setik
The
anjir.
rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back.
Aku tidak biasa main pakai set.
He heads for the biggest dump in town, Scumbag Alley. And there he is, the oldest scumbag of them all, Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition.
Oh my god.
Kid cuts up Gershel like a pineapple. Old Scumbag didn't feel a thing. Kid's ready to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
Just like that.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The windbags used to be alright, then the calamity took the floor out from under him. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to.
I like scroll.
Kid's ready to slice him up and pound him to bits if they get in his way. Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Speedrun.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart.
Hey! Motherfucker.
If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. Core's stuck inside one of those fancy cages. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in. Not every squire's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while. Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Even some gas brothers take his corner. Birdie popped that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 30, hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland, tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. Troublesome scene, to be sure. moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
Easy clap.
I still remember the look on his face after that one. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Celandia. It was good living here for a while. Dread rum's brewed from swamp weeds, so its effect is as bold as its flavor.
What this is? I don't know.
Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful. Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Other folks came to train their throwing arms. Slippery little devils. Still others use the place to test their finest blades.
Okay, GG. All of them down soon enough. Elah terus. It's hard.
Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe. Sometimes a single look says it all.
Attack will be defined, deal more damage per second.
The little Zolwood oil and that blade shines like a light.
Just story, dude.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. Floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt can bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. Security's all fired up. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything. When wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days,
Hey,
we can do it
jatuh.
again. But the question is,
Oh my god.
who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. These wires to toss those things are plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky.
Go. What?
In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question.
Kok nggak ada core?
Who else could have survived the calamity?
Kok nggak ada core-nya?
So he didn't find a core that time, but that ain't about to stop us.
Emang gitu cuy. Ah, udah dapat upgrade-nya tapi nggak ada weapon-nya.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone like him.
Not gonna lie, this voice
It's a
so
snag
good.
or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder Brothers didn't make it.
Jalannya belum jadi udah.
Nordy the Bird Boy didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go.
Survival.
Please.
This game pretty good.
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Celandia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other for the first time. For Zolf, Celandia was like a second
Achievement
home.
unlocked.
He's real
The
worried about his
Survivor.
first home, too. Far to the east. We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. The cores, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright.
Masih ada 3 lah.
Well, look what we have here.
Structure the future, plan the rest of area, memorial.
The memorial. Here, a kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Under first press.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Gua nggak naik-naik lagi.
We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city. No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Pit Orchard. Place is a dead
What
end in
the
more ways than
hell?
one. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now. And the Orchard core is long gone too. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god. Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least. Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off? Pith. Kid decides to press his luck. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him. Kid would rather sacrifice himself for the likes of Pith. Passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it. Kid ain't found a core, but at least he found Zolf's precious shrine.
Enggak 100% dapat quarternya.
Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls. There's only one way to disintegrate a fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy for normal folks. Windbags ain't so lucky. Kid can't hardly tell up from down after a while.
What?
At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift.
New weapon.
Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through their greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. the calamity drove the windbags topside. A lot of them wound up here in this very fort. Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use Marshall supplies, but the kid sure can. As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. But the fort ain't theirs by right. Can't blame them for wanting it, though. So many of those sorry things holed up inside that old fort. Stash of grenades is there for him if things get even worse. He's blasting everything in sight with that newfangled musket. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. Trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Brutus and Landon and all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and all of their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Brutus. Maybe it was Landon. Big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The
Oh my God.
Finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not like this. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinder Brick Fort.
Cinderic birds.
Kid shows up just as Zulf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Zulf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this. The lost and found. Here, Kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Lightning. Momentum. Oh, this is I wanted.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
Critical hit damage.
War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them.
%, critical hit, attack the gripper. Sama ya.
Points just don't get any sharper than that.
Critical hit aja.
Anything survives a musket shot ought to be quick work for that blade.
Cinder, critical.
Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it. The marshals seem like good men, he says. They treated him with dignity.
They turn.
Zolf brought his antique smoking pipe all the way from the terminals. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zolf was his smoking pipe. Poor kid collapses after just one drag.
Man. Langsung collapse. Oh my god,
The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
What?
Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie.
Counter.
He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up. But he learned to hold his own out there. School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money.
Oh
Wait,
fuck!
where was
I wanna try come. It's too fast.
Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
What? Oh my god, can counter.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
Oh my god.
Out there, kid learned to fend for himself. Learn to build. Learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered,
8
cracked,
lagi.
and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that.
Oh my god, I die.
Matter for nothing now.
The rest of the arena. Restart? Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him.
Core detect.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off. the bank swarming with bags. He was so bent on finding the core, they hardly noticed the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Send some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside.
What?
Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinder Creek. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out.
What the hell?
Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. She picked a good spot for a break, because the core's right there. Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings.
Ay, ampun.
Peckers. They've been watching his every move. They had their own eyes on the core. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go.
Huh?
Turns out she's got a special surprise for the waters get rough.
Tim ternyata.
She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Rather things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like Security skiffs keep on coming starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. Windbags getting even better out here. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie's splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie. She's just gotta make one last stop. With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Pecker country. Seems the calamity ain't hurt the Pecker's appetites. They want that core real bad. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? 4 times. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part. Why go to Prosper Bluff?
Jatuh terus nih orang kesian.
Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far.
Enak sih monsternya
The
bisa
city was the most
friendly
beautiful
fire.
place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the one.
Musiknya sedap anjir.
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
Oh, ada cewek. Singer.
They'll be here before too long.
Ada singer. Setuju untuk kembali ke
Darn near
Bastion.
celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we?
Dun, dun, dun.
Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
Too much.
If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there, and she can't even read
Namanya
it.
bagus.
Her father's
Zia.
own journal.
Zulf. Zulf Rooks.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. Behold, the Pantheon.
The goddess of fall.
A Kobe. The gods never liked competing for people's affections. The Gravers, the arm of justice, they seemed unstoppable. The Marshals kept the city's peace. They can rest easy now.
Warmashita. Kurang satu weapon kayaknya. Ya udah, kita lanjut besok lagi dah. You progress for beginning this arena will lose. Hey, what? No save? I don't care. Oke, thank you, capek. Bye.